and have to be 25 years or older. And citizens, wow, nothing is more disconcerting than hearing somebody cock their weapon while you're walking by. Yikes. Real quick, go to patreon.com/Jimmy Fremgen if you want to see more of these videos, or even if you don't want to see more of these videos and you just want to chip in and help me make more of them. I'm actively trying to make government easier to understand because we can't fix it unless we know why it's so broken. Like, comment, and subscribe below. Thank you. So I'm kind of interested to see what it's like walking around down here because we're only a couple days away from the inauguration and there are cops everywhere. The House and the Senate are made up of representatives from the states. In the House, we have representatives based on population. Right now, that means that equals out to about 710,767 for each member of the House. Every state has at least one, which totals up to 435 members in the House. In the Senate, we elect 2 senators per state, regardless of population, which means that right now we have 100 senators. Some states with fewer than 1 million people, Montana, Delaware, South Dakota, North Dakota, Alaska, Vermont, and Wyoming, all have the same number of members in the Senate and the same amount of influence as states with way more people. Sometimes in the news, you're gonna hear phrases like member of Congress, senator, representative, member, or congressman thrown around like they're interchangeable, but they're not. They refer to specific things. All of the members of the Senate and the House are considered members of Congress. So with the 100 in the Senate and the 435 voting members of the House, that totals up to 535. For shorthand, congressional staff, journalists, and other people usually just refer to them as members. They also use that here, by the way. You can be a member of the legislature and be part of the Senate or the Assembly, and you'll just call them members because you see them and it's just easier that way. From that top perspective, we zoom in a little bit and we have the senators, which is really easy, right? They work in the Senate, therefore they're called senators. It gets a little bit more complicated from there though. The formal title of members of the House of Representatives is representative, as in Representative Jamie Raskin, or Representative Bonnie Watson Coleman, or Representative Jimmy Fremgen. If you're watching an interview with a member of the House, you'll usually hear the reporter referring to them as congresswoman or congressman, which can be kind of confusing because even though senators and representatives are both members of Congress, this term congressman or congresswoman is only used to describe members of the House. It's way harder to get elected to the Senate, and members of the Senate get all uppity if you call them anything other than senator. Another major difference is the length of the term that they serve in their respective bodies. The Constitution says that we have to elect members of the House every 2 years, that they have to be 25 years or older, and that they have to have been a U.S. citizen for 7 years before they got elected. Members of the Senate get elected every 6 years, have to be citizens for 9 years, and have to be at least 30 years old. In the House, as soon as you get elected, you're up for election on the next election. You're constantly reapplying for your job. This is a big reason why things in the House are so intense. The House was designed to be the body that was closest to the people. If you get elected every 2 years, if you're constantly at risk of losing your job, the theory is that you're going to be more accountable to the people that elected you, which has worked with limited success. In the Senate, you get more of a break in between elections. Every 2 years, a third of the Senate is up for re-election. People will call that being in cycle, which basically means that you're aware that within the next 2 years, you could potentially lose your job. The close connection with the people in the House is a big reason why the House has the exclusive authority to impeach the president and other federal officials. You can impeach judges and cabinet members, and anybody that the federal government has appointed can be impeached. The Senate, with their longer terms, is theoretically more stable. They get the exclusive right to conduct and be the jury for impeachment trials, and also to ratify treaties, confirm presidential appointments, and judges. my favorite little mini park in Sacramento because of the view. It's so cool. The walls like frame the Capitol perfectly. It's awesome.